It's been a while. I've been studying so much math these days, and I'm currently preparing for a practice session this afternoon, for which I'm really excited. But it's also very challenging to study engineering math as a psychology student. I have to say that one of my biggest tools for learning math as a beginner has always been AI. That's why I'm so excited to partner with Interactive Mathematics. With IntMath, it is way cheaper to get a yearly subscription and send unlimited PDFs, questions and photos to get accurate solutions in your language than if you would use limited OpenAI, which is inaccurate for math. IntMath also offers live tutoring for a much more budget-friendly price than if you would hire a real-life tutor. I just sent this tutor a question about solving differential equations with polar coordinates, and they explained it right away so I could move on without having to go through the searching process all by myself. As a student, I think an AI tool like IntMath is a very good investment to make to excel in your studies. We spend money on getting an iPad, for example. Why not an AI tool to support you in getting better grades? For me, this is a no-brainer. I did this for statistics and got one of my highest grades. Because we're all on a student budget, you can try IntMath with my code EMMA30 to get 30% off the AI bundle and the live tutoring. But it's limited. As a tutor, you can only have a set number of students, so better be quick before exam season starts so you can profit of these amazing tools in this day and age. Now let's get back to the video. We're going to wrap some Christmas gifts before we're going to start our second study session for the day, because that's just something you want to get over with before exam season starts, that you don't have to think about presents and giving presents to other people when you are in full beast mode for exams. A few weeks ago, I failed a test of experimental psychology and I was really afraid because, you know, it's still my major. I studied so hard the days that passed and I feel like I finally find my routine back. I wake up at 5 again or at 6. Just I have my rhythm back in check and I feel that my nervous system is resetting a little bit. Yesterday I did the other test and it actually went really well. I mean, I'm definitely going to pass this test, so I feel like the difference between people who fail and quit and people who keep going, how quickly you can bounce back from failure or like low moments in your life, and how quickly you can, how much trust you have in yourself to pick yourself back up and just keep on going, you know? Because failure for a lot of people is an endpoint. It used to be for me as well, but now it's like, okay, this is another roadblock and we can just build with it. And I'm actually looking forward a little bit to the exam season. Mathematics is going to be so hard. I put out so much time for math. It's insane how much time I set aside to study math, like hardcore. It's also necessary because I don't have a math background, so we're going to grind like I've never study grinded before. And yeah, I hope you're going to study very hard with me. Someone from engineering asked me, how do you implement gym with studying? So how do you keep moving when you have so much to do in the exam season? And I would say that you just do less of moving. Like maybe for me, I did 6 days a week the last weeks, and now I'm going to do 5 days. If I can't go because I have an exam, then I will not go. But I think it's more important to move more regularly, like between your study sessions. If you're sitting for 8 hours straight, that's not a good thing. Maybe just take walking breaks or just go on a walk with friends or just, yeah, I don't know. Implement small bits of movement into your day. I will still try to move as much as possible because I just need that. And it's also proven that moving a lot is beneficial for your neuroplasticity, so you'll learn actually more when you also moving throughout the day. Everyone is taking breaks, so try to implement your unique form of movement into the day on hours that you're less productive. I'm also going to make another vlog this week about exam preparations and just getting a new rhythm for ourselves that we have to keep up for 2 months. I feel very excited about it, but I know a lot of students are also afraid, and actually me as well. I really want to succeed for math. Yeah, it's just very scary in some ways, but I know we can do it. We're going to start a second study session, go to the library. I don't know about you, but I always feel more motivated if I'm going to the library at moments where I'm less focused, like in the afternoon. And yeah. I definitely look as tired as I feel. I've been studying a lot and I'm going to sleep very early today because tomorrow is going to be early again. But I got this math book the other day. It has a nice cover as well. Math is actually so trippy. They were talking about 3D, so third dimensions, and then how you could actually have multiple dimensions with using the Pythagorean theorem. I don't know if I say this correctly, but just imagine going from 3D to 4D. That's so trippy. I can't even. Math is so crazy because there's not only 4D, 5D, 6D. There's like infinite dimensions in linear algebra, and it's just so cool. So next semester we're also going to follow some engineering subjects like statistics, but like I already followed statistics 1 and 2 from psychology, but engineering statistics really goes behind statistics, like the true abstract stuff from statistics. And I've never been so excited for a subject because I really want to know the nitty-gritty of statistics. And I'm also going to follow geometry and linear algebra, and that's also why I can study until the evening. I mean, if you like your studies, then exam periods aren't that bad, I think. I have this psychology subject which is called emotion and cognition. They were talking about the difference between emotion and cognition, and then I was thinking about how there actually is no distinction, but you can definitely drop your opinion below, because I always like to share my thoughts with you. I don't know if you think that maybe the stimuli are processed in the complete body, and the only distinction that we make is that we say that emotions are processed in the body and that cognition is processed in the brain, but actually processing happens in the complete body because the nervous system is also connected to the complete body. So maybe emotions are just like a way of processing different situations, and that's maybe why we want to categorize them. Emotions in itself do not truly cover what we're feeling. I mean, that's why they say like these superficial things like, oh, system 1, system 2, 80% emotions, 20% irrationality, rationality, those superficial divisions. I mean, it makes sense that 80% of the emotions, 80% of the time we don't really know what we're feeling. Everyone has such different ways of processing emotions. And I feel like I'm becoming way too philosophical. Sometimes when we're dealing with something personal and we go to someone and they just tell us like, you have to talk about it a lot, you have to maybe go to therapy and talk to a therapist about this. But I feel like some people also love to do stuff, like to clean their room and process their emotions in that way, and process their stress by organizing, like almost metaphorically organizing their space in their room, subconsciously also organize their chaos to feel some control, because in the end it always boils down to control, I think. For me personally, I love to consume stuff when I don't feel okay. Like if I struggle with something very particular, I'm going to consume a lot of podcasts about what I'm struggling with, listen to a lot of stories of other people who are struggling with the same thing and how they handle it, and if there are certain stages and maybe some science behind it, because that's just the way I feel I cope with difficult emotions. That gives me my power back. I think it's not bad if it helps you. Of course, I have exams, so I can't totally focus on healing some stuff. Yeah, I feel like these days have been a lot better, because I know some of you who already watched the previous vlogs know that I was struggling with something, and I'm still processing that, but I feel like it's a lot better now. Maybe it's because the exams are there and that I don't think about it that much. I don't know, I think everyone has their own timeline of dealing with stuff. Maybe you also have different ways of coping with emotions and perceiving emotions, and maybe you do think that there is a clear distinction between cognition and emotion. Please let me know, I love to hear. I hope I wasn't rambling too much these last minutes to close off the vlog, and I'm going to stop studying now. Enjoy my evening, maybe watch a movie or something, have a date with myself, and I will see you soon. Thanks for watching, and the best of luck with studying and your studies, and bye.